Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm calling this special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission to order on November 25th, 2025 at 7:06 p.m. Commissioner DiTomaso, can you please do a roll call?
Certainly. Commissioner King.
Present.
Commissioner Weiss.
Present.
Commissioner Wagner.
Present.
President Patrick.
Present.
I am here.
Okay, thank you. We will move on to public comments on agenda items. Seeing none, we will move forward to non-agenda items. And nobody is there, so we will go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes from meeting on October 28th, 2025, and that is in your packet. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Yeah, I so move.
Okay, Commissioner Wagner, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Commissioner Weiss, is there any discussion?
Could we take a few minutes to review the minutes?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Were these in the packet? Okay,
But I neglected to email everybody ahead of the meeting.
okay, okay.
My bad.
Oh, no, sorry. So while you guys are reviewing the minutes there, one of the things that we're going to do moving forward is that the minutes up for approval on the agendas for future meetings will be in that packet, and we will make sure that that packet is emailed to the commission so that way they could review everything prior to the meeting starting, just for your convenience. And Commissioner King, let me know when you are ready.
I'm good.
All set?
Yes.
Okay, if we can have, is there any more discussion?
No.
Okay, if we can have a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Weiss.
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner.
Yep.
I also vote yes. President Patrick.
Yes, okay, thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda this evening? Okay.
Nope.
All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to our discussion of monthly reports. The video gaming revenue report, Commissioner DiTomaso.
Well, it's not so much of a discussion in my case, but I've attached that to the packet and given you guys each a copy. And I guess that's all. Does anybody have any questions?
This is, just for clarification, this is something that you could produce monthly, correct? For
Correct. This is actually comes from the state of Illinois, and they provide this report on a monthly basis. This one is for October. And we also have it on the webpage, village webpage for the Liquor Commission. So we try to keep that updated every month.
Commissioner King?
What do the red cells mean on the spreadsheet?
Wrong spreadsheet.
Looking at this one.
Oh, my mistake.
Yep.
Sorry.
So this is going to be a report that will also be accompanying our agenda
Yesterday.
every month.
Yeah.
That will have these on there. So for the commission members, in preparation for our meetings, I ask that when you take a look at that packet, just review this too for any questions or discussion comments that you might have moving forward in the meetings.
Right.
Is there any other discussion on this report?
And on that report, I've also included, I have not included this in the packet because I think it's proprietary information. But this is the places of eating tax collections.
This one.
Okay. The red boxes are indicating that we did not receive a payment for that month. And our staff liaison is in charge of making those collections, and she's working on getting those up to date. I believe most of them have come up or are being discussed at this point, just getting them up to date.
But this would affect the renewal, no?
It will.
If they don't
It will. They
comply.
will not get renewed unless
This is-
they're up to date. So by this time next month, I hope to present this with no red.
Okay, because it's what, the 15th? When was the renewals due?
Julie, do you,
The 12th?
The 12th, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they have to have this paid by the 12th then?
Yeah, I will not hand out their licenses to them until they're paid in full.
Okay.
Okay, and I appreciate the color coding. That makes it a little bit easier than having
Yeah.
to search through everything. All right. So you have that for your references as well. Is there any other discussion on either of those reports?
Just on reports, you provided us last month with the police reports. Were there any this month?
yes, I thought I,
I know you gave me the incident report, but
no,
last
no,
month there
I,
was a whole police report.
I thought I had put that as part of the packet. Forgive me,
No.
last, I was a little bit ill last week, so I had some
No, you can just
confusion.
send that to us if you have it.
Yeah, I don't see it
Yeah,
in the
I don't,
packet.
yeah, I don't see it in the packet. I just have the
So,
incident report.
That's okay.
If it's not there, then I'll get it to you guys.
That's fine. If there's none, that's great. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And so again, there's been a lot going on with Village Hall and the difference in the two locations of where we're normally meeting. And the commission is still somewhat new. So moving forward, we'll make sure that some of these reports, like the police report from last time, will be included in the next one.
Right.
And let's get that in the packet for viewing as well.
I thought I had it, but.
No worries.
No,
My
it's okay.
bad.
I was just asking.
Commissioner King?
The spreadsheet 2025 places for eating tax. So this is the tax from food sales and beverage sales, or just beverage sales, or just?
Food and beverage, yes.
Okay. So that's, okay, tax. Okay. And that's municipal tax, not?
Correct.
state, Okay,
That's, and the numbers here are what we're owed and collected.
I see. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move along to 7A under new business, a discussion of liquor license renewals. Commissioner Tomaso.
Actually, I'm going to pass this one off to Julie, if it's okay.
Sure. So I don't have an exact number of how many people we've gotten the applications in yet, but I would say probably about 10 so far. A lot of people are reaching out with the increase of the fees and how maybe they could get around that. We have a list of people that we propose changes. There's been a couple more people who have been asking. Do you want me to talk about those people, or?
That's the next item, so we can,
Okay.
if we're done.
So, yeah, no, it seems to be fine. Just, a couple complaints about the fees, but I think that's to be expected.
Yeah. Just remind them to come ask questions if they have them.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
So discussion of requested license changes.
So moving on to B, which are license changes. We've had a number of licenses asked to reduce the category of license, including Euros Express, who wants to go from a full pour to a beer and wine only. 5 O'Clock Bar, they're located inside the flea market on North Avenue. And they're moving from an I to a quad A, which eliminates gaming. Morisco's Miramar has removed their gaming and is moving from an I to a quad E. Highview is going from a double E to a quad E. Chuck E. Cheese, did we decide to take them to a quad E?
Correct.
Yeah, they're going from a double E to a quad E as well. They don't have gaming. Simon's, I think, is moving from an I to a quad E.
Correct.
And Epic is moving from an L, which is a banquet license, to a quad L. And I don't know, did you say that there was one more to change, that decided today?
Lunar, I spoke with Lunar. They want to move to the quad A.
Okay.
I spoke with the curling club, same with them. They were going to go from the A to the quad A. Tributes, I called and left a message today. Those are some people I hadn't heard from, so I was just trying to reach out.
Right.
Because we're gonna have to do ordinance changes, and I kind of wanted to
Sure.
get that moving. So Josephine's I've not heard from. The captain's room, he's still kind of debating on what he wants to do. I think there's maybe a potential, maybe in the future, that he wants to do some sort of gaming, so I think he's kind of hesitant that if he was to move to one that doesn't have gaming, what would happen in the future if he wanted to?
Well, he can always come back and in the future and ask us to reset his license. That's always a
Yeah, I
possibility.
think he was more just concerned that if the board said no or something in the future, that now he's lost that opportunity. So he's still kind of thinking about it. Standard Meadery, I have not heard back from. And El Barrio, I have not heard back from. And then
Okay.
Moore Brewing is also wants to go to, they're a double A, they want to go to a quad A as well.
Right.
El
Okay,
Barrio-
so we're seeing a lot of downgrading of licenses, which is to be expected,
Right.
considering the license fee changes. Tom?
El Barrio, I believe, eliminated their gaming, right?
Yes. Yes. So I just haven't heard from them at all. When I sent out the renewals, I said, could you please respond to me so I know you received them? Because most of them, I did it by email. So I did not hear from them. So the people that I just haven't heard from, I was going to just make some phone calls in the next couple days and, make sure. People that they didn't have their emails, I specifically hand-delivered them. So I know they got those. So just haven't heard from a couple people.
Okay, moving on to 7C, signage for liquor establishments. Attached to the packet online, it's 78 pages, so I wasn't going to print them off. But attached to the packet online is a survey done by Community Development, where they went and took pictures both day and night of every establishment, and they made some notes as to where they may need to do some enforcement action to get them all compliant. That's the next step, is to get everybody compliant with the current ordinances, and then after that, we would consider whether we want to make changes to the current ordinances. But it was thought the best thing to do was to get everybody on board and compliant first. So that's where we're at with that. They are working on that. But if you wanted to see all the pictures, just go online to our agenda packet for tonight, and you can download it and look at it all you want.
So these are pictures of establishments that are not in conformance with the.
They're all of them. They're all,
Every single,
yeah.
every single.
Every liquor store, Jewel, all of them.
So everything was pictured, and then from those, you establish who was or perhaps wasn't in compliance
Correct.
to get everyone to compliance for then future potential consideration for changes.
Yes.
That's sort of the timeline. is
Yeah,
this.
so
Okay.
now we'll go back and to the ones that are not compliant
Okay.
and say, hey, you need to get compliant. Here's
I
what
see.
you need to do. This is where your problem is. You got so many days to become compliant, or we'll issue ordinance violation tickets, or they could be brought before us.
Okay.
And then once all that's completed, we can then look at it a little bit more fairly, because everybody's in compliance at that
Right,
point. Then
right.
whether it looks so bad or not will have a different meaning, I think, at that point.
I was just gonna say, we're going through the different ordinances. The biggest one I've just noticed around town is the 25%
Right.
window coverage. I think that's the one that just kind of stands out the most. Yeah, that's
Yes.
And there's some establishments that have like the whole window.
Covered.
Covered with gaming or.
And it gets a little confusing because there's a difference between permanent signage and temporary signage.
But temporary signage is only, from the ordinance, is only 60 days, so.
But
we're-
if they change that sign every
Right.
month, now
Yeah,
it
of course,
restarts every
but when
month.
they have full window coverings, that's where the issue I feel it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's, I definitely want to look at all of that because I think it just looks trashy, number one, and there's a security issue. You can't, if a police officer can't drive by and see that they're being held up,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Now, the only thing I was confused about too is neon signs. Are those considered temporary signs? there's nothing that
I wouldn't
specifically
think so.
No, 'cause
stands out.
There's electrical that has to be installed.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
would say it's more
Yeah,
permanent.
they're not.
I
yeah.
just was curious. Didn't specify in the ordinances that I saw. I
I
wasn't
would,
sure.
I don't think that they would be classified as temporary. I know that they're mentioned a number of times in that report that's online, so,
Okay,
and you'll see he's got notes in there as to what he sees
Oh,
that
okay.
may or may not
Okay.
be. So, for his
Great.
own notes.
I would characterize temporary as like a special event, a sign for a special event, right?
or a sale.
Well, that's the thing, is you see sale signs, and that's what some of the liquor stores do. They have a 3-foot by 3-foot sign in every window that says, XYZ beer, $3.99.
And there's always one there, it's just rotating so
And
that
then
it's
next
a
month,
different
yeah, now it's-
sign.
instead of
Yeah.
But
Slits,
even
it's-
with temporaries, it's only 25%, correct? Or is that just permanent? And how?
Oh, that's a good question, yeah.
That's permanent. The 25, in my read of it anyway, is 25% is the permanent, and then you can put up temporary stuff for up to 30 days. The trouble is, like you said.
Right, if
they
you just always rotate a different
they
one
just
every
rotate the
29
sign out.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a loophole.
Or you
Yes.
Rotate it back and forth.
Right, exactly,
Yeah,
even that,
Well,
right.
Move it from window A to
Yeah,
window B. And so maybe that's something we should be looking at as far as an ordinance change recommendation.
Yeah,
Is how much with temporary signage a window can be,
yeah.
and a better definition of temporary signage.
Yeah, a temporary sign has to have a date on it. Such that it expires in 60 days or 30 days, they gotta take it down, right?
Well, maybe we could do that, or we could also specify that, and I'm just throwing this out there without any real thought, but maybe a temporary sign location cannot be occupied by another temporary sign for 30 days? So that you can't
At
just.
the very least, you have, that causes a staggering.
Yes.
Yeah, of windows.
I don't know, I'm just,
Yeah.
I don't even know if that would be feasible. I'd have to dig into it a little bit more, but.
May I ask, are businesses aware that this is an ongoing process? In other words, that compliance is sort of the push at the moment and that there'll be changes? I mean, are they aware that pictures are being taken,
Yes.
Okay,
I can't promise that every location is in full knowledge, but I
Okay.
know some of them specifically have been talked to
okay, good.
about major issues, and I know others have been talked to about we're working on
Okay.
doing this.
One of the issues that I'll say too is that for quite some time, code enforcement has had its ups and downs in Villa Park here, and we are taking a more proactive approach with code enforcement. A lot of these ordinances were created a while ago. So if you look at when they were created and some of the violations that are out there currently, is that unfortunately, people have been violating these or against the ordinance for quite some time. And that's why I think this process is fair and transparent, is that we are doing our due diligence as a village to make sure that our code enforcement is proactive, is going out there and looking at what the standard is right now. Like Commissioner Wagner, you were talking about earlier, is understanding what we're working with, so that way when we come back to the table, we have ideas of what works, what changes are needed and what changes aren't needed.
Good. Good.
Anything else?
The only other question I would have is, have we set a sort of goal or a timeline for ourselves? In other words, when are we seeking to have compliance based on this beginning process, right? And then what is our goal, or do we have we not established that yet as far as making ordinance changes and suggestions?
I think, so, to answer your question, these are all ongoing processes. So we have the ability as a commission to change those as we see fit when we need to do that. I think it is good to have a goal, though, and that we are beginning a new year, starting in January, a month away. A lot of the liquor licenses and ordinances are
Right.
changing as we
With
speak
that,
right
yeah.
now. And I think throughout 2026, this commission should just pay attention, and by the end of next year or next renewal season, we can see how things are going, so that way going into 2027, we have a better idea of what exactly we've been able to accomplish.
Great.
Anything else?
Okay, if there is there any other new business?
The only thing I've got is that we do have a meeting in December on the 23rd. That's our next meeting. And this isn't on the agenda per se, so,
It's okay, we can discuss it.
yeah. My question is simply that if anybody has a problem with that date, being it's 2 days before Christmas,
And the commission has the flexibility of being able to cancel meetings, create special meetings, hearings, whenever we see fit or need to. If the 23rd is too close to the holidays, that's okay. We could cancel it. We could move it up.
well, we would need to move it up, but, because we're gonna have that thing, the hearing.
Or we could change the dates
Yeah.
at any time that we need to. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. So in this instance, I wouldn't suggest we cancel, but if anybody wants to move it to a different date, because they
He's
can't.
probably got the busiest schedule around.
Yeah.
That don't do much, actually. The good news
But,
is I'm definitely around
you
that
go.
time.
But this is also something that we could take offline. We don't have to discuss it
Okay.
here.
Right.
It's
I'm
just
fine.
something that we're
And that
bringing
was the
up.
thing, I just put this
I'll
down
make it
so
work.
that you guys are alerted to it.
I appreciate it.
So,
And
Thank you for thinking of
and
me,
the
by the way.
second, the second half of this is the meeting dates.
That Easter, yeah.
The second half of this are the meeting dates for the next year.
Excellent.
That's less intense at this point, but if you've got
Yeah.
particular dates you can't make or want to change or something like that, let me know, and we'll figure out an alternate date.
and yeah, and so for moving forward, if there are any issues with meeting dates or times, why don't you let Commissioner DiTomaso know, and then we could plan accordingly.
Perfect.
Yeah, and none of them, I checked, none of them seem to fall on holidays. The closest is Memorial Day, which is the day after, or the day before our
Day
meeting.
before, right.
And then, of course, just like this year, Thanksgiving and Christmas are 2 days, where our meeting is 2 days before those holidays. So, again, if you guys decide you want to make a change for next year, let me know. So,
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone next year.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, though.
Yes.
well, you know,
All right, so is there any more new business? Okay, seeing none of
Wait,
you, oh, go ahead.
sorry. The end of last meeting, you had brought up about an owner contacting the village about a payment plan for their licenses, and we were gonna discuss it this time. Just popped into my
yeah,
head.
we've already talked to that owner.
Okay.
And I think we're working with them at this point to try and figure something out.
Okay. That was it.
There's not a lot of that goes on in other towns.
Okay,
Most of them require full payment up front. The few that I did see require, don't really give anything more than 2 payments a year.
okay.
One of the other hard things about that, too, is the staff involvement, is that when you go into a sort of payment plan, is that then if they miss a payment, then staff has to track them down. There's a potential that they could potentially lose their license if they don't pay at that point, but then they come pay in full, and then we reissue
Yeah.
licenses. So it becomes pretty difficult logistically for staff to have to deal with something like that.
Yeah, no, I remember that was kind of one of the last things we talked about last month.
So this particular business has found a way to pay 100% upfront so that they could,
Yeah, we're working with them to try and make the whole thing work.
okay.
So,
Another thing we could do if if a business wants to go to a payment plan, there could be like some sort of fee on top of that to kind of recover the time that staff would need to ensure the payments, the installments over time. right? So they could pay an extra 5%.
Yeah.
If they want to do like an installment, and then that would cover, you know, any kind of staff involvement that would be needed to ensure that those installments were paid on time.
Right.
You know, I would just, Julie, for some clarification, once the municipality issues the liquor license to the business, they then have to in turn go to the state. Do you know what that process looks like? And if we were to withhold the license due to late payment or non-payment, and then reissue at a later time, how does that work with the state?
So the state needs our license to grant theirs. So if we were to stall, depending on whatever timing their license is, that could be potential problems. As far as us, if we were to revoke a license and to let the state know theirs would be revoked, I think we would be probably nicer to reinstate it, when it was time, but I believe with the state, they just have to go through everything all over again. So that's kind of what we want to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that creates a little bit of a hardship too with the business itself, especially if they're talking about a repayment or a repayment plan or payment plans.
Yeah.
Is there any other new business? No? All right, then we will go ahead and move on to commissioner comments. We'll start all the way down there with Commissioner Weiss.
No comment.
Okay. Commissioner King?
Yeah, if we could correct the spelling of my name on the agenda, that'd be great. Instead of Tim, it's Tom.
We had a new guy today. I was real excited to meet
All
Tim.
right, I know who to yell at about that.
Otherwise, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and be careful. Be careful, and also spend some quality time with your family and friends.
Thanks, Tim.
Appreciate it. That was low-hanging fruit right there. My name is spelled correct, so I have nothing to offer.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
You're good?
I'm good.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I hope everybody can come out to the town hall that's coming up. And I hope to see you all then.
That's it?
It's
All right.
up to you.
So I will kind of piggyback off of that, is Town Hall is December 12th from 5 to 8 p.m. From 5 to 6, residents will have the opportunity to meet with some of our local organizations and our commissions. Commissions will each have a table representing their commission. They'll have some swag and some giveaways and some information. So it's a great opportunity for residents to meet with those commissions and those organizations. From 6 to 6:45, we're going to have a few guest speakers and a State of Villa Park address. And then followed by a community raffle where we have some prizes that we could give away. For each family that attends the open house, we'll give you 10 raffle tickets. If you bring any kind of canned foods or perishable foods to be donated to the York Township Food Pantry at the door, we'll be collecting. You'll get an extra 5 raffle tickets for that. After the raffle, from 7 to 9, we will have live music by Liquid Fun in the gym, in the auditorium for everybody, and free food while supplies last. So again, Town Hall is December 12th from 5 to 8 p.m., and we hope you can come out and meet us all. Other than that, if you would like to communicate somehow with the local Liquor Control Commission, we do have an email address, and that's liquorcontrol@invillapark.com. And that is one of the ways in which residents and businesses can communicate with us, or you could come here to our meetings and go from there. I hope everybody has a safe Thanksgiving, a happy Thanksgiving, and be safe out there. That's all I have. We'll move on to village staff. Any comments?
No comments.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Love to make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Wagner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner King. Is there any discussion? Okay, we will do a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, We are now adjourned at 7:36 PM. Thank you, everybody.